What's up, you guys? Just wanted to make a quick video and see if the sway bar end links and the sway bar bushings help fix that rattling noise that I was hearing before. Well, that was a bust. It didn't fix it. It's still rattling around. I mean, the previous owner did tell me he had changed out the struts, and you can tell by the new tags up on top. But I really have no clue what else it could be. If any of you guys know what it is, or you guys think you guys know what it is, just let me know at the bottom. That way I can start looking into it. So I just found out that my replacement jack stands for the recall are also being recalled, so now I gotta take them back to Harbor Freight. I just got back from Harbor Freight, so I got my refund, but now I just gotta wait for them to get the new jack stands in stock, so we'll see how long that's gonna take. Today I'm gonna be working on replacing my old key and key fob, putting the inside into this new one right here, also using this new key and retiring this one. I'm not gonna obviously not toss it out, but I'm gonna save it as a template in case I ever need keys cut again. So in my last video, when I was working on the sway bar bushings and the sway bar end links, I had mentioned that I was going to buy little dust covers for the Zerk fittings, and they came in just a couple days ago. So once I get some jack stands, I'm going to install those as well. Okay, since I am working with electronics, I put some gloves on, so that way anything I touch inside won't get messed up or oily or anything from my hand. So let's open up the key fob here. All right. Oops, so there it is. So now that we have it open, let's check out the little electronic board that it has inside in it. So it shows a little bit of wear, but not really necessarily wear, it's probably just dirty from years of being used. And it's got the battery in the back, which is a, if you can see it, 2025, which I think is the wrong size battery for it, because if this is the original control, it's asking for a CR 2032, which I have already over here. Okay, so just looking at it, it's dirty, but I mean it still works. It still unlocks and locks the car. I'm gonna get some isopropyl alcohol and clean it up right now. So as I was inspecting this, I noticed a little smell of cigarette inside of it, so I was like, oh, maybe the previous owner was a smoker and it's just heavily saturated with, you know, fumes of it. But then I noticed that he had put a cigarette butt inside. Disgusting. So I guess it was a good idea to put some gloves on. I don't want any of this stuff on my hands. Ugh. Now that I've cleaned the board, let's check out the little Q-tips and see that it was dirty. Years of dirt, grime, and pocket sweat and whatever you probably had spilled on. It's finally off of it. Now I'm gonna open up the new one, check it out, see if we can install it. It should be a direct fit. So here's a new one. It's got that nice little new texture on it. It doesn't have any writing on it. Obviously it's aftermarket from eBay. Pretty good deal I got on it too. Let's see on the inside. So the membrane, it's brand new. It's got all the buttons on it and everything nice and clear. Comparing it to the old one, the insides are the same. so it should be a direct fit. Let me just grab the battery now and install it. Just take off the little seal cover, little plastic that it comes with. Oops. That. Ew. Maybe I should put it on the inside of the membrane first. Come on, smarter than the controller. Come on. Now, when you're closing it, it should snap. Oh, there it is. I heard the car make a noise right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Yeah. Now, if you're a pack rat like me, you don't like tossing anything out. I'm not gonna toss out the old shell. I like to keep things just in case I need to reorder it. And this is how I was able to find the key fob cover on eBay, by using that serial number back there. So it's always good to keep things around. Obviously not everything you should keep, but this would be probably one of them. Alright, here's the old key. Like I said, we're going to be replacing it. Obviously it's the original. The one I got off of eBay, it looked very close, but there's a couple differences on it. Or just one big difference on it. I don't know if you guys can tell, the Chevy emblem on the new one's a little bit smaller than the right one, but I don't care. It doesn't bother me none. It's gonna look nice, and I know this key is probably a lot stronger than the original one, so in case if it ever does break, hopefully it doesn't snap inside the ignition. While I was on eBay looking for a new key fob cover and new key, I decided I'd get myself a little SS keychain as well. Alright, let's try it out. Okay, unlock this car. Nice. Looks good too. While I'm here in the garage, obviously it's a little bit darker in here, so the photo sensor thinks it's dark. The lights came on. I completely forgot that I also need to change out this corner lights. The tail lights are on, but the corner light is not on. So let's fix that too. For those corner lights, we got two options. We can use the original ones, or OE type, or we can try using these aftermarket LED ones that I have purchased a while back, and I've put them on my Cavalier and in my Blazer, and for about roughly 2 years in the Cavalier, 1 year in the Blazer, and they still work just fine. These Sylvania ones I had purchased a while back for the Cavalier, and I wanted to upgrade, so I decided not to use them. I did open them up, I did staple them back together, but I ended up going with these C-Light LED lights. Now these are obviously the originals. It's always good to wear gloves so that way you don't get any dirt, oil, or anything on them when you're replacing them. So the C-Lights are kind of like a chip. They're flat, but they have 8 LEDs on them. 4 on one side and 4 on the other. And like I said, I have them in my Cavalier for 2 years and in my Blazer for about a year roughly, and they work just fine. No problems at all with them so far. So I decided that I was going to go with the C-Lights. That way, see how long they last. They're the LED type. Let's try them out now. Perfect. So they don't shine too bright like most LED lights that are out there. I think it does more of an OE type of shine, but obviously the lifespan of this one should be a lot longer than a regular incandescent bulb. The cool thing about these lights is they are a bright white, so if you put them like on a map light or on your side door panels or anywhere where it takes a 194 bulb, it's going to be a nice bright white. It won't be any of the yellow incandescent. So I will be installing some on my Cobalt map lights as well. Alright, with that being said, let's head on over back to the cardboard list and chalk off a couple other things. So we took care of the corner lights, and the main thing was to change out the new key fob shell and the new keys. In the beginning of the video, you guys saw that I took the Cobalt out for a little test drive to see if the sway bar bushings and the sway bar end links help fix the problem that I was having with the rattling noise. And from the test drive, you guys heard that it's still, you know, rattling and clanking or whatever it is. So the next thing I'm going to check is the lower control arms, but because I don't have jack stands right now, I'm going to have to hold off on that one. So that's going to do it for this one. If you guys like what you guys saw, or it was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.